sometimes we have values that we don't want to change in our program. So let's suppose you have a value which is growth rate, and we have let's name it double, and let's name it growth rate. So you want to have a growth rate that's it's not changeable. You have that constant number and you don't want to change it. So let's suppose you give the growth rate a value equivalent to 10, right? And you don't want to change this value. And if you write it this way, in just regular way, this is gonna cause you an errors. Like if you someday you have a program which has thousands of lines, and or somebody else working in your program, they could easily change the value of the growth rate by just typing the growth rate, and just suppose they made mistake and made it 25 or 34 or something like that. This is gonna change the value of the growth rate, and we don't want that, which we're gonna cause the giving an inaccurate numbers or different values than what we're looking for. So in this case, what we could use a variable constant variables, a variable named constant. So by the constant variable we mean the variable that, and by constant variable we mean a variable that its value cannot be changed. So it will have the same value from the beginning of the program till the end, and nobody can change that. And the way to write that is, before writing the variable name, you just put a shortcut for constant, which is const, the constant for shortcut for the constant, and we're gonna say the constant and our variable is double, and instead of writing it in small letters, we're gonna write it in capital letters. So whenever you have a constant value, you just type it with capital letters to make it different from our regular variables. And now you assign a value for it. Let's name 10. Now nobody can change this value. So if I decided to do like this, and we're gonna say growth rate. If I try to change it to 35, this is gonna give me an error. If I try to run the program now, it's gonna say an error. It doesn't allow to change the value of the constant. So basically the constant, as you guys see over here, it says read-only variable or constant variable, and read-only variable means that you can't change the value of that variable. You just could use it, read the value from it, but you can't change it. So just keep this in mind. Whenever you want to create a variable that's unchangeable, just name it constant and write it as capital words.